All right, thanks, Liz. Well, a woman who worked as a data scientist for Facebook says she has blood on her hands. Sophia Zhang says she is willing to tell Congress everything. Reporter Donnie O'Sullivan has her story.
It was very frustrating for me. I started losing sleep because, I should never have been the person in this position. And frankly, I was the wrong person for this position. I am not charismatic. I am not good at attracting or receiving attention. I'm an introvert who wants to stay home and pet my cats.
Sophie Zhang was hired by Facebook to track fake accounts, but what she ended up finding, she says, was far more concerning. Repressive governments around the world using Facebook to achieve influence and control.
If anyone is an expert on public relations, on getting attention, on what is effective for driving attention, it is dictators of those countries. And the fact that multiple national governments and presidents felt the need to exploit Facebook on vast scales to manipulate their own citizenry without even trying to hide, that speaks volumes about how important they believed it to be, how important it actually is.
Some of her findings led to Facebook cracking down on accounts in Azerbaijan and Honduras, but she says Facebook is too slow to act against abuse of its platform, particularly in smaller or developing countries. When it first came to light last year, some of what you had found, Facebook executive Guy Rosen said, "With all due respect, what she's described as fake likes, which we routinely remove using automated detection. We prioritise stopping the most urgent harmful threats globally. Fake likes is not one of them."
I personally briefed him on this matter, and he knew perfectly well that it was not just fake likes. In fact, Facebook did 2 thorough investigations and takedowns that received media attention based on my work.
This is where there's a lot of similarity between you and Frances Haugen. Is in both cases, Facebook is saying you were low-level employees, and also that frankly neither of you know what you're talking about.
And I think the people can decide for themselves who's more credible.
She was fired by Facebook last year, she said the company told her, because of performance issues. Facebook offered you $64,000. Part of that was the non-disparagement agreement. You chose not to sign that.
That is correct.
Before she left the company, she wrote a 7,800-word memo detailing how she said Facebook was contributing to havoc around the world, writing she felt like she had blood on her hands. She was expecting Facebook to remove the memo from its internal company system, so she also posted it on her personal website. But then Facebook asked her website's hosting service to take the memo down, claiming it contained proprietary information. Facebook shut down your website?
First, they went to my hosting server and got them to take it down. A few days later, my domain registrar told me that they took down my domain too.
But that seems an extraordinary move to me. No?
Absolutely. I'm still a bit annoyed that I never got my website back. But I don't blame the hosting server. No one wants to make an enemy of Facebook.
Facebook told CNN Sophie's memo contained sensitive information that could have been used by people trying to get around Facebook's safety systems. A company spokesperson also said Facebook had invested $13 billion in safety and security and have 40,000 people reviewing content in 50 languages across the world, adding, "We've also taken down over 150 networks seeking to manipulate public debate since 2017, and they have originated in over 50 countries, with the majority coming from or focused outside of the US. Our track record shows that we crack down on abuse abroad with the same intensity that we apply in the US."
I believe Facebook's consistent understaffing of the counter-espionage, information operations, and counterterrorism teams is a national security issue.
Despite Facebook saying it is investing billions in tackling its problems, both whistleblowers say the company isn't spending enough to fight hate and misinformation. I just think people would find that shocking that on an area as important as this, that Facebook is understaffed.
I think that speaks to Facebook's priorities at the end of the day.
Donnie O'Sullivan, CNN, San Francisco.